Okay, the first procedure to use, hold on a second, whoa. All right, how y'all doing? Okay, the first procedure in using a flange tool, is to go ahead before you cut anything and make the flange, see? So go ahead and get your tool where you can... Okay, because what that's going to do, that's going to let us measure our flange, see? That's going to let us measure, okay, how much we need to come down from that line. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm looking at approximately a little over a 1/4 inch, so we're going to go a 1/2 inch. That'll give us more than enough. So I go ahead, and from my line down, I go a 1/2 inch down, okay? Bring it down 1/2 inch. Screw away here. Okay. Then I come over here. I'm going to go a 1/2 inch again. I'm going to show you how we're going to make this flange. See. Then I'm going to go past the curve. I'm going to make another 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to go approximately 3 inches away from the edge. I'm going to go another 1/2 inch. Okay, so then I take my tape and I go ahead and I mark our line where we're going to cut it. See? Then I'm going to come over here and mark the line right here. So it's very important to have your panel on there and scribe the situation. So I'm going to pull this tape back to about approximately right here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my cutting wheel and I'm going to cut it to fit in there. Now we already know that we can't use our flange tool on this curve. Okay, we already know that. So I'm going to bypass the curve and then I'll start it back in here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So watch real close. And you'll see what I mean. I'm going to take my cutting wheel if I can find it. And here we go. Now if you look, I've cut that out for a flange and a butt weld all at the same time. Now it's very important to try to have a flange weld, okay? The reason being is it's a lot stronger and a lot more sturdy. Okay, whereas a butt weld, okay, if you don't weld that properly, it tends to crack and once it gets moisture in it, you'll have little pinholes. Having a butt weld, okay, it's sealing it up very tight. I'm going to go ahead and cut this section off right here. I go ahead and clean that up. go ahead and get the flange made, and that's ready for installation. Now, to use your flange tool, what you're going to do, and then I'll go ahead and prep up my panel and get it all ready. So, to use your flange tool, what you're going to do is you're going to take your flange tool just like you see, and you're going to follow that line. You're just going to go ahead and get the flange on your piece of metal. Okay, now the flange is done, and the next thing that I'm going to do, if my punch will allow me to do it, and yes it will, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my punch, and I'm going to go ahead and punch the holes out for our spot weld action. Now over here on our door, okay, I'm going to put a couple I'm going to go ahead and punch some holes out if possible. This punch is kind of worn out. It's getting kind of old, so it's not as good as it used to be. But if it'll allow me to, if not, then I'll come back and drill the holes out. So let's see if this thing will even work. So we take our punch tool, as you see right here. We stick our panel into the metal, and it punched it out. Good. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come across here and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I like to do them approximately 1 inch to 1.5 inches apart from each other. You don't want to get too many spot welds going due to the fact that we finally got a good one. You don't want to get too many spot welds going due to the fact that it'll start warping the end of your panel as you're welding them. So you really don't. Now I am going to go ahead, even though we're going to, oh shit, that's a little thicker. So I'll have to drill those out. I can see that now. Let's see again. I'm going to try it again. Yeah, there we go. Good. So basically, this panel is ready. If you look right here, it's ready to fit on there. And so basically what you saw me do, okay, you just saw me put this panel on, and if you notice, you can see the flange line there, see? And you can see that it's going to be a nice clean butt weld going on right there. Okay, now you can see that it's actually staying in place all by itself. It looks 100% better than the original one, but we can't even install this panel yet because the next step is taking out this rocker panel and replacing that. All Karmann Ghias have rust, okay? All Karmann Ghias have rust, plain and simple. But it'll be a nice car when it's done. It'll be just as nice as VW Steve's car, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't work on somebody else's car better than I work on the other guy's car. That's not fair to the other guy. If you pay somebody to do something, they should work on your fucking car just like they work on Joe Bob's car. Okay? Or rich man's car, or poor guy's car. Everybody should be treated equal in the world. No matter who you are, what you are, how you look. Okay? Don't judge people by how big a fucking wad they got in their pocket. Don't judge people by the way they look. And I can go on and on about that, but you already know the fucking story, so I'm not. The rocker panel, here we come. My name's Pete, and this is Bruno, and we're over at SouthwestRodCustom.com.